So Coinbase teased us, and this is what they have delivered. Base from Coinbase. This is a new Ethereum layer 2 that is backed by Coinbase themselves, incubated by themselves, and they will have their own team actually building out dApps on this. So what they've done is they forked Optimism OP, taken their stack and created a new network. Essentially what I see this kind of rivaling Binance with BSC here to create a new set of infrastructure around the Coinbase exchange. Coinbase has millions of customers. I know we're in a bear market right now, but during a bull market, this could be hyper effective and have their own ecosystem similar to Binance BSC, but Coinbase and Base here. So this was unveiled just a few hours ago, and they're actually doing a live spaces right now that I'm going to check in with after making this video, just to see what it's all about. This will of course be quite a centralized chain, but this does open up a whole host of new dApps to Coinbase users. There's already been a lot of hints in terms of partners, and if you think about it, most big dApps on Ethereum will want to bridge themselves over onto the base chain as well, that L2 environment, because they can potentially harness a huge wide array of new users. So this is quite interesting and something I'll be keen to explore. It's currently on testnet, I believe. But once this goes live, I will have a little poke around on here and, get myself set up with connecting my wallet to the Base ecosystem. So they put out a couple of posts earlier. I'll go through the first one, which is just down here. It says, "Hello world, meet Base and L2 on ETH." So obviously this drives more value accrual to Ethereum overall, a low-cost, developer-friendly way for anyone, anywhere to build decentralized applications, and they want to onboard the next 1 billion users to the crypto economy, they state. There will be no Base token, so I did ask when airdrop, but that is not happening. Secured by ETH, empowered by Coinbase, open sourced with Optimism's foundation. So super interesting to see. Obviously having a very scalable and low cost environment for normies to actually get involved with here with Base, especially in a bull market, I think will be super interesting, and there'll be a lot of potential in terms of dApps going parabolic. I have no doubt about that on here. And obviously we're going to invite a load of normies to start gambling with shitcoins on an L2 environment as well. So the degeneracy will continue here. So this is the mirror post they put out just earlier, meet Base. Pretty much just goes over the main fundamentals I've just talked about, but they do say we're incubating Base inside of Coinbase, leveraging the last decade of our experience building crypto products, and plan to progressively decentralize the chain over time. It will be highly centralized to start, but they've already talked about decentralizing the sequences. To support the path forward, we're building Base on Optimism's stack with the vision of creating a standard modular roll-up agnostic superchain powered by Optimism, and again, repeated, no token. So this is quite interesting. Of course, the Coinbase stock took an absolute hammering, but it has started to recover as of late. And this may be one of the reasons you've seen big investors like Cathie Wood actually double down and continue to buy up more and more of the Coinbase stock. In terms of dApps they're going to build out, it's going to be DeFi native, I guess. They do shout out the likes of the Ethereum virtual machine, Rust, Solana, Cosmos' SDK, and others. They put the case together why they chose EVM overall, as they see the most valuable dApps here on Ethereum. Makes a lot of sense. And they can see obviously the likes of Arbitrum and Optimism doing super well, and they want a slice of the pie. So it says in the second half of 2022, we began investigating EIP 4844, which is proto-dank sharding, which will lower fees on L2s by 10 to 100x. And we started another process to identify what L2 we should choose as the primary home for Coinbase dApps. And this is where they've obviously talked to the Optimism team and decided to go there. So proto-dank sharding is actually the upgrade after the Shanghai upgrade. And this will see a lot more attention on L2s because, as it says, 10 to 100x cheaper transactions. Due to the fact they've called this neatly blob carrying transactions, this will reduce the amount of call data being used and they will use blobs instead. So there could be a bit of an L2 season after Shanghai is complete. So that will be the next kind of narrative on the horizon from this, but also them bringing out their own L2 Coinbase could shine a bigger light on some of these L2s on the L2 sector over on CoinGecko. So another thing to be aware of on here, these could all see a nice pop. Of course, Optimism does very well today off the back of this because essentially it's been forked there by Coinbase. This post caught my attention, so Mad Mert says, interesting post about build on Base. Does anyone know what this part will work on? Other L1 ecosystems like Solana, and this is one of the developers here, Alan, engineer at Coinbase. His reply: ask the same on Slack. This is going to be a long-term investment. In the short term, we're working with existing multi-chain bridge providers like Axelar, Layer 0, and Wormhole, and others to enable easy interoperability. This Layer 2 environment will not be siloed. They'll want to make it totally interoperable with all other chains. Arbitrum, Solana, Polygon, you name it, it will want to connect with those. He's quoting here Axelar, Layer 0, and Wormhole. Obviously, a second order effect of another Layer 2 environment is that the bridges are going to be highly used. So again, it may be worthwhile marking up a load of Layer 2 bridges that you think could capture some value from this. Axelar is down here, just 124 mil market cap, and it was quoted by the engineer there, whereas Wormhole does not have a token, and Layer 0 currently does not have a token, but one is coming. So a brand new Layer 2 environment is born from one of the biggest exchanges, Coinbase. I think this is quite a big step in terms of people actually having self-custody in the future, because a lot of people's gateway into the crypto industry in the West is via Coinbase. So if we can get them to learn how to use DeFi applications and we start to make DeFi applications a lot more user-friendly, this could be a good step forward for mass adoption purposes. As they state within the article many times, they want to see 1 billion users in crypto. So let me know your opinion on this down below. Would you use the base L2 chain, or is it too decentralized for you? What do you think some of the trade-offs are, but what do you think some of the positives around this are as well? Drop me a comment down below, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.
Brian, you fucking did it, you bald-headed bastard! You fucking did it! Stick it to the fucking SEC! You launch your token and send us all to Valhalla, baby! It's time for retail to get involved with the degeneracy, which is trading shitcoins. And you, bald-headed Brian, you will be our leader. God bless you!